Hi guys, Mike here from Connected Paediatrics, and I had a question in practice the other day that really threw me. Now, I had a mom that came in that was really concerned about the fact that her baby didn't blink very often. Now, I've seen babies for years and it's never something that I've thought about, but I thought, let me go and dive in and see what I can find. So I went to a couple of chat groups and a couple of forums, and there it was. Lots of moms and dads being quite concerned over the fact that their babies don't blink often, to the point that some moms and dads were taking babies to specialists to be able to see if this was a problem and could it be corrected. So is it a problem? Do babies blink? Do babies blink less? What's the story? So it turns out this is absolutely correct. Now, according to a leading researcher in the field, Lee Bacher, who's a PhD professor of psychology at the State University of New York, a healthy adult will spontaneously blink about 15 times a minute. But a neonate will spontaneously blink only 1 to 2 times per minute. And this rate increases at about 3 months of age, blinking 3 to 4 times spontaneously per minute. And this average increases all the way up to early adulthood, where the blinking rate sits between 15 to 20 blinks per minute. So what do we know about blinking? Well, we know that it's controlled by a brain neurotransmitter called dopamine. And we do know that in diseases where the dopamine levels are off, blinking rates change. So, for example, in schizophrenia, where you have a lot of dopamine, you have a high rate of blinking. And in diseases like Parkinson's, where you experience the death of dopamine creating neurons, you end up with a low blinking rate. We also know that when you medicate these conditions, the blinking rates start to average out. Now, it's interesting because when you look at infants, we know that their blinking rates increase when they are feeding or when they're shown something completely new that they haven't seen before. And interestingly, we know that both of those processes are modulated by dopamine. Now, could this mean that an infant's blinking rate can tell us something about the maturity of their dopamine system? We don't know. There's not enough research, but it is an interesting idea. So in general terms, the reason that we blink spontaneously is to be able to move tears across the surface of the eye and lubricate it. And at the same time, this action affords us the opportunity to be able to get rid of dust and other irritants. Now, it has been postulated that babies need to go through this process less because they have a smaller eyeball and a smaller portion of the eyeball which is exposed. But more to the point, anatomically speaking, babies have a thicker precorneal tear film, and they have a thicker mucus layer which underlies that. These two anatomical structures being thicker means that babies need to hydrate their eyes less, and so need to go through the process of blinking slightly less often. And another theory from Lee Bacher is that because babies have brand new vision and they're getting a lot of this visual information in all the time, they need to concentrate really hard on what's coming in. And when you concentrate on visual information coming in, you tend to blink less. Now put that together with the anatomical structures and the underdeveloped dopamine system, and there we have it. Absolutely healthy, normal babies will blink a lot less than we expect them to.